Hi there, it's Caleb Jackson again with another video on stock stuff. Tonight's video features OpenInsider.com. It is a website. I will put a link to the website in the description of the video. I'm going to be talking about how to use the website, what the website can show you, and show you the track record for some of these stocks. I pulled 15 that were above a certain dollar amount and that made sense for this list, and I tracked their progress and how they did, and you saw a lot of green there, so they did pretty well, but we'll get into that in a second. So the website openinsider.com, what this does is it pulls data from the SEC for trades that were filed by insiders. You can go over here and check which boxes you want to pull the data for. I do directors, CFOs, and CEOs. And I just do purchases. I don't care if they're selling stock. I just want to see what they're buying so that I can jump in on it too if it makes sense for me. This one I like as well. This gives you a minimum. If I didn't have this box checked, it would say min or filled in. So I put 50 here so that it's at least going to be 50,000 worth of shares that they're buying, because I don't care if it's somebody buying $5,000 or $500 worth of shares. That's not going to change things very much. You can also do own percentage changed. I don't know how you'd word that, but basically this is if CEO owns 10% of the company and he has 1 million shares, if he buys another million, his change, he now owns 20% of the company, so the change is going to be 10%. So you can search by that as well, which is kind of interesting, but for this I'm just leaving it as it is. So this is the information I want to pull. I hit search, and then this beautiful list is what shows up. It has the filing date. It's in that order for the filing date, most recent at the top, but that's not necessarily the trade date. Some of them file after the trade. Then you've got the ticker, which you can go to Robinhood or whatever site you use, type it in and pull up the stock. Company, the name of it, not just the ticker, also who's buying it, what their title is, and then so on and so on. If you go to the website, you can read, so I don't want to waste your time explaining things you don't need to. The big thing is, does it work? Can you actually make profit off of it? So let's take a look. I wish I could have hid these so it's a big reveal, but you know, whatever. Alright, so I went through and I put in their purchase price, the purchase date, which almost all of these were the end of December. Then I looked at where the price was the next day, 3 days after, a week after, a month after, and then the most recent time I checked it, which for these top ones was the 8th, which was a few days ago, and then 2 days ago. And then this one from here down was the 10th, which is today for me. I don't know when you're watching this, but today's the 10th for me right now. So anyways, this one though, when I went to search again today, I forgot to filter it through the month of December at first. So this one's, I did not feel like going back after I already started typing it in, so I left it here. But we tracked 15 different stocks, and this is how they did. This was after a month and a half, or what these percentages are. Not a month and a half, so it's about a month. Like I said, most of these are end of December, and they're through a couple days ago or today, so a month and a week, a month and a week and a half, whatever, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, in that time frame, and this is the percentage that they came out with in that time. Most of them are pretty good. You got close to 40 for a couple here, 130, 30 still. This one's fine but nothing great, fine but nothing great here. 12, 162, 90, 30, and 60. The only ones that were negative out of 15 were negative in the 1% range. So that's actually really good, I thought. But that's, again, if you hold it for a month and a week or two. So if you go back through here, you can kind of see, well, what if I just want to day trade it, and I trade it the next day, trade it 2 days later, whatever. this breaks down how that's going to look. Almost all of them after a week were profitable except for 3. So 12 out of 15 is pretty good odds. After a month was the same thing, except it's 12 out of 14 because this one's not really tracked for the month. But still, like, that's really, really good. It was about half of them that were profitable the next day. And that makes sense because as soon as they buy a large quantity, the price is going to go up quite a bit, and then you're going to have some people that are just trying to skim that profit and do day trades and sell it off. So what I like to do for a few different reasons is actually buy in at the next day instead of the day of. So if you wanted to and you had time, you could search this and say it's 8:31 a.m. This one would have come through and you'd see it right away. So you could act on that right away if you wanted to. But what I like to do is what I'm going to do here in about half an hour is go through these the night before, and I'll look and have time to, I'll look at them, and then I can actually look at the company and research it a little bit and make sure that it's a stock I actually want to purchase. But also, because the price a lot of times does dip down by the next day, you might actually get it cheaper. So this 39.75% might turn into 41% because you're buying it slightly cheaper than they bought it when they did. This one, it would have been a big difference. Well, 30 cents, it would have been like a 10% difference. So I'd say that's pretty big. And yeah, and this one's a $3. This one actually would have been profitable if you had bought it on the second day instead of the first day. And I don't know why that one is red. That should be green. Anyways, that's basically it. The only thing, if you're wondering why this looks goofy on the chart, on the spreadsheet, whatever you want to call it. So these ones, the insider bought the stock at a discount. So this one, they bought it at $10, but the actual price is what I put here because we can't buy it at a discount, obviously. So if you would have bought that day, you would have bought them for $24.20. At least that's what it showed for the daily. I don't know if it ended there at the day or if that was middle of the day. I don't know. I just used the number that they gave me for that day, which is why I had it going negative here instead of going up from $10. So that's it. Again, these are really strong percentages on the ones that did win. That's assuming you're going to wait a month and a week or two, but why not if you're going to potentially get 30% in a month? Like, that's pretty significant still. So I don't know, it's something that I've been doing and looking to do. I've only actually been doing it for like 2 days, but this gives me a lot more confidence now, going back and looking that this entire month you would have come out ahead on almost all the trades, and even the ones you didn't come out ahead on, you only lost 1% of what you invested. So that's it. That's my plan. I'm going to roll with this and see how it goes. If you have any questions, concerns, let me know, and I will probably ignore them. So that's it. Thanks.